It's Shane Watson from PSV Sports. I'm lucky enough to be joined by Barry Hearn. How are you, Barry?
I'm good, I'm always good.
So obviously the main fight tonight was Hearn Davis,
yeah.
WBC silver tie. How do you think he performed tonight?
I didn't think he shone. I thought he did a decent job. I think he learned a lot from the fight. Scarpa's a very awkward opponent. I doubt if Hearn Davis has ever sparred anyone that tall. But you know, he got the win. It was a complete shutout of a fight. It's not the most exciting fight I've ever seen, but O'Hara is potentially an exciting fighter, and we'll see where he goes from here.
Well, then obviously another big fight we had tonight was Katie Taylor making a professional debut. What was your thoughts on that fight as well?
It's difficult to be as eloquent as I need to be to describe what was a brilliant performance. This girl's got something really magic about her. You can see the atmosphere when she walks in. She has a huge, huge future ahead of her.
So obviously, is she going to be fast-tracked to like a world title fight? Or
you don't get a lot of chance with women's boxing. There just simply isn't enough girls to go round, if you like, at her level. And it's going to be very difficult to match her. So inevitably, that means a fast track to a world title.
Obviously, early on tonight as well, Jake Paul suffered a brutal knockout defeat, which was quite surprising actually, because Jake Paul's looked fantastic up until tonight. So what's your thoughts on that, on the future of him as well?
Inexperienced tonight. That was the only excuse for him. You know, he hurt his opponent early with a big right hand, jumped in much too quickly, and paid the price. You know, so he'll learn from that and he'll come back.
So we know you're a big fan of Sam Edgington, and obviously I know you went most pleased with his performance against Bradley Steet, but now obviously he had a great win against Frankie Gavin, which propelled him right back to the top. So now what's the plans moving forward with Sam Edgington as well?
I think he's a great welterweight. I think he's an exciting fighter. There's some big fights out there for him, and I'm sure Eddie will make something big for him early in the new year.
Obviously, you got Anthony Joshua fight at the end of the year as well against Eric Molina. What's your thoughts on that fight, and what do you think the outcome of that fight will be as well?
I think Molina was a lot more dangerous than people give him credit for. He went to Poland, knocked out Adam Esk. He's a decent heavyweight. You know, this boy can punch, but Joshua is something special. But you know, in the heavyweight division, you're one punch away from a disaster. You can never take anyone for granted. And Molina will give him a decent test, but Joshua, I think, is the best heavyweight in the world. So obviously, I expect him to win.
Obviously, Kell Brook, can you speak more about his future plans in
who knows,
the welterweight division
I mean,
as well?
at the moment, Kell's recuperating. The fight we want to see is Amir Khan. The only person in the world who doesn't want to see it is Amir Khan. So we're back to the drawing board. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I just think it's a massive fight for both fighters. And you know, boxing's about making a living, and that's what he's got to do. Amir Khan is drifting around Dubai at the moment at various press conferences and charity functions. I'd rather see him in a ring. I think it's a great fight for the British fight fans. I hope it happens.
And also, what's your thoughts on Chris Eubanks Jr.? Obviously, he asked to join very late to the December the 10th bill. So what's your thoughts on that?
I always think it's funny when people ask to join a bill. We have a lot of fighters under contract. We have some great fighters. Our job is to look after them and supply great fights. I think Eubanks Jr. is a decent fighter, untested completely at a certain level at this moment in time, but I think he has potential. But you know the problems. You know, it's very easy to say Eubanks Jr. is a great fighter. If you can't get him in the ring and you can't go do a deal with his dad, what's the point of talking about him? But you know, I wish him well for the future. I hope he's part of our stable going on. I doubt he will be, but nevertheless, he's a nice lad, and boxing's a tough business. Wish him well.
Okay, thanks for talking to PSV Sports, Barry, and wish you a good night. Okay?
It's a pleasure.
Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.